Hello again, this is Vital Buzz and welcome back to my Junkyard Challenge Car Mechanics Simulator, where we are attempting to rebuild the Chieftain Bandit from scrap parts, which is actually proven to be rather difficult because there are certain parts I am really struggling to get hold of. One of those parts being, for example, pistons. They are few and far between, even in relatively reasonable condition. I'd say even in bad condition. I have not come across many piston with comrades. They just seem to be like rocking horse poo. Excuse my French there. The wheels here are the tyres are proving to be a little bit of an issue as well as the shock absorbers. I'm kind of getting to the stage now where I really want to push on with this project, but I'm not going to be able to do that, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, without bending the rules ever so slightly. So what do I mean by that? It means I'm going to technically cheat. Yes. But I can justify it because of the rarity and the length of time it's probably going to take me to get the parts. 8 pistons, and to say I've not come across a single one in a crate. I'm probably going to be getting up to about level 400 by the time I actually get a full set of pistons for my engine block. So there is my justification there. And I haven't come across a single wishbone shock absorber. There we go. So how are we going to negate around that problem? Well, it is very simple. We are going to the tablet and we are going to purchase the problematic parts so that you can actually see something that's happening in this video, which is the intentions of myself. So pistons, I believe there are 2 different types of piston in this game, and I think we need the, which one is it? Piston with Comrade V8s. Or is it actually the normal piston? Probably the best thing to do is buy one of each. We'll go to the engine block and we'll mount a piston and we'll see which one it is. The other one that we don't need we'll just sell. So it is the standard piston with Comrade. So we do have one that's in 63%, so that's okay. And then there's other 3 pistons here which were left in the engine, but they're practically rusted up. You can't repair them, which is rather frustrating. So that's 1 piston inside that engine block. So we need another 7 pistons, also with the springs, springs. They're not springs, the rings. So another 7 required. Same with the rings. I feel bad doing this because I am cheating, and it is cheating what I'm doing, but I really want to get this project finished, and I'm sure you guys appreciate that. I don't want this project to be dragging on forever and ever, and I'm leaving it for a lengthy period of time where I don't finish it. That is not what I want to do. So I'm having to try and essentially cut corners here just so that I can put these videos out and keep up with what is going to be a forever changing schedule. So there we go, we've finished one side of the pistons. I know we've got to go underneath the car to fit I think like some brackets. So we've got some engine heads to pick here. We've actually got one here that's an engine head for a V8. Quality +2. Sounds good. It looks different, doesn't it, with those red shiny bits on top. So what else do we need? I think we've got the spark plugs for this as well. So, oh, we've got 1 spark plug. That's okay. Do we have a manifold? No, we don't. That's fine. I think we actually do have the valve rods. Or some of them at least, anyway. The question is, do we have the rocket arms? Yes, we do. So we should be able to complete one side of the engine. Easy peasy, a lemon squeezy. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do when we have completed this project, you've pretty much seen what there is to offer on Car Mechanics Simulator. I suppose I could do some other projects should you guys wish to see me do any more, but I think because I wanted to do something different on this game to what probably everyone else has done, so a nice engine cover, that looks nice. So yeah, I want to do something very different. I want to do something different from what everyone else was doing or has done before on this game. So I think I would have done everything that I've wanted or needed to do where this game was concerned. So we'll be moving on probably to a different project, I'd say. What that project is. There are a few things that are coming up in the pipeline. Fallout 76 being one. That is a new series I'll be doing. How far will I be going in that and what I'm going to be doing in that, I do not know. I guess I'll probably just do a few videos on that, and then if I enjoy doing what I'm doing, I'll carry it on. Or failing that, I'll just probably do a few videos and find a point where I can wrap things up there. We shall see. Right, I believe that's another side done. So we can fit on another engine head. Another engine block actually onto the engine head. So what we've got there, spark plugs we don't have many of. Just need to zoom in, there we go. Ever so delicate work this is. Very, very delicate work. So let's put these rocker arms on as well. And then, you know, we should actually start to have something that looks like an engine inside this Chieftain Bandit. And it would be nice actually just to see what kind of horsepower we can kick out of this bad boy. But still, as you can see, I'm only at level 22. I have been levelling up slowly, but as you can see, the experience bar, which you need to reach when you reach the next level, is getting bigger and further apart. So how many more do I need? I need 2 more rods. So it is taking quite a long time, unfortunately. Much to the dismay of myself. It is, say it's a pointless job in itself, because a lot of the experience I tend to get are from doing customer jobs, you know, like changing brakes, swapping catalytic converters, exhaust manifolds, doing some work on the engine, the gearbox. They seem to be relatively easy jobs to do in this game as well, which you can make a lot of money from. So there's a nice little tip for you to bear in mind. Boom. One more to go, guys. One more to go. There we have it. Oh, do we have another cover for this? No, we don't. That's okay, because we do need parts that we need to save. I think now what we have to do is jack this bad boy up. And fit and attach the pistons underneath the vehicle. Just look at that shiny engine. Looks good with 100%. The rod caps, that's what I was actually thinking. We need to fit the rod caps. I think there's only 4 to go on the vehicle. Oh, there's another one there. So no, there might be just more than 4 actually. Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. Another one there. We want to make sure that these bad boys don't fall out. That would be rather embarrassing. So I think now that I've actually attached key parts that I was missing from, other bits that I did manage to repair, I can now attach to the vehicle. So you can see it is starting to snowball now. I think it's just these last 2 over here. And then that should be the bottom of the engine sealed off. Do I have a pan? No, I don't. So apart from the engine pan itself, that is The under part of the engine pretty much done and dusted. Easy as that. Right. There is probably another part that I do want to complete on this vehicle. So if I go onto the part mount, it's the only thing that's missing really to stop me from actually fitting any vintage tyres onto this vehicle. It's the rear shock absorbers. That's the only part I'm missing from the rear of the vehicle. So if you fit them on, we'll be able to get some big, fat, sticky rubber tyres for this car, and then we can actually fit the rear wheels onto the vehicle. And then we can actually decide, shall we get the inner tie rods for the front of the vehicle and do the front shock absorbers, and then fit the tyres on the front. So then hopefully all the suspension system is finished and completed, so then we can actually fit and attach the tyres to the vehicle. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to suspension, and it's the rear ones, isn't it? So we need to go down. Rear shock absorber B. There we go. Do we have a front shock absorber? I think we do, don't we? So we'll get 2 of them. Why not? Let's just get 2 of them. 2 absorber caps. I think I've got the springs for them. Don't quote me on that. I think I have the springs. Do I actually need the springs for these? I think I do. Oh no, I don't. Easy as that. Oh, so it's just the spring for the front part of the shock absorber. Fair enough. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, I think what I need to do now is join parts. So that's a double wishbone shock absorber. Have I done this wrong? Please tell me I bought the right part. No, it is. It's the double wishbone shock absorber. A certain make? No, it's just the standard one. Could it just stretch the spring on that? So that's done. Take part. We'll do the other one while we're at it. Good stuff, good stuff. Because these are parts that would have taken me forever to get hold of. You imagine, like I said, with the pistons there, I'd have been at this game forever. And I'm not being funny. I don't have time to be hanging around for forever. I gave it plenty of time, and I think in the end I just gave up and resigned to the fact that I'm inevitably going to have to buy some new parts for this vehicle. Which is a shame, really. Because I wanted to hold off and actually collect all the parts and either rebuild them from scratch or get them from barn find locations. I think car auctions was another point, but I couldn't find a Chieftain Bandit. They seem to be a rare vehicle now, which was actually more of a telltale sign at the beginning of this series that I'm doing here on Car Mechanic Simulator, that I was lucky to actually find 2 Chieftain Bandits in the same junkyard. So there we have it. Okay. Let's fit this on here. So yeah, the crates, they only get 3 parts that you can have, that you can fit. 3 parts that you can get for your projects or vehicles. And they are randomly generated, so you could quite literally just get anything, absolutely anything. Should we fit some of these brake pads on? You know what, yeah, because I don't feel like cheating. So the chances of you actually getting the very part that you wanted were very slim. Very, very, very slim. Almost to the point where it's non-existent. And then there's some parts which seem to be quite common that the crate drops give you. Useful, I suppose, if you want to sell them and generate some income or save them for other vehicles, but when you're building a project such as this, it's not very helpful. And that's what I've struggled on immensely. So, hopefully, now that I've slightly bent the rules to my own will, we can actually start moving on with this project. So I'm just going to get 2 inner tie rods, and then we can check and see what tyres we need to fit on to our rims, which we could repair actually. much to my joy. There we go. Inner tie rods, and I believe that's all the suspension completed, front and back. Here we go. Oh no, we need the outer tie rods as well. Ah, we got one. Good stuff. So we need an outer tie rod for the other side as well. Tablets. Inner tie rod. Outer tie rod. Oh. Thank you. It's only $18. It's not exactly breaking the bank balance now, is it? Nah. We're fine. We don't have to tell anybody this. We can just say, look how hard I've been working. Look at all these parts that I managed to find, even though it is... You can clearly tell I'm cheating because you have a +1 condition for something that you get from 100% that's in the crate, and all these parts that I'm getting now, you can't repair! But again, I'm not going to tell anybody that. Right, so that's the suspension done. So let's have a look at the tyres that we need. They're a vintage tyre. I think I've only got 3 rims as well, actually. Vintage tyre, 205, 75, 14. So tyres, vintage. Back. Vintage tyre. So we need 4, 14, 205, 75. And now for the rims. I need to check what rims this bad boy has. Passed it. There we go. So I need one more. Rim Retro 7. It's a 14. Okay, tablet. There we go. So all we need to do now is actually attach the tyres to the rims, get them balanced, and then I think we're good to go. Start making that Chieftain Bandit over there look like a car. Take wheel balancer, balance, install. Ah, I feel so much better for doing this. This project's rolling now. We're on a roll. We're killing this now. That's just a saying. Like, we're smashing this project. We're doing it, guys. We are doing it. Stuff is happening. Let's fit one of these bad boys on. You ready for that sound? I'll be quiet so you can hear the sound of the nuts going into the wheel drum. Oh, yes. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh, yes. That is a good, good feeling. There we go. Balance our third tyre. Let's fit second wheel on. Go for it. Oh yes. Satisfying. So that's fitted. This wheel's balanced. Just got the final wheel to balance. So we'll fit this tyre onto the front. There we go. That's what we're fitting. So remember that, guys. Your wheel hub bearings and the hood cap. Because that's quite a fiddly part to find. Especially if you're staring at your vehicle and wondering what on earth you're missing. That's your answer. That is what you're missing. The hub bearing and the hub cap. Don't forget them. They are important. It's a bit fiddly as well. There we go. It's because I've not gone on to fit mode. I'm doing well today, aren't I? I think it's probably because I was getting a little bit over animated about the fact I was actually able to install something on this vehicle. Yes. 4 sticky rubber tyres on. That is actually starting to look like a car now. Good stuff. How much is it worth now? 32 grand, baby. 32 grand. And I think I paid about 7 for it. 7 to 10. So, got a lot of pluses on there as well, which is good to see. We're getting there with it, guys. We're getting there with this project. What I'm going to do now, I'm probably going to call it here for another video. I will promise I'll try and get up to level 25 if I can, as soon as possible. But what I'm going to leave is, because the next thing that we're going to need is we need to fit the gearbox onto the vehicle, but the part that we need is a flywheel. And then all the clutch parts that go with it. So I do have a flywheel, but it's not in great condition. And then there's all the clutch parts that fit onto it, and then we have a gearbox that is actually ready to be fitted onto the engine block. And also I have I've forgotten the name of it now, another part that fits onto the gearbox, which connects the gearbox to the rear of the vehicle. I suppose it's like the drive axle, something like that. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but I do have that part in condition 100%. So I think probably the best thing to do is leave that for another day, and hopefully I will get some genuine parts that will be able to fit onto this vehicle and continue this project moving forward. But this was a necessary step that I had to take. We've still got plenty of parts to fit on it, so I'm not worried. Or until I get to a stage again where I just feel, you know what, I'm just going to buy the remaining parts and do this vehicle up. But even then, I still need to get to level 35 so that we can unlock the paint shop and also the welding kit, so I can fix all the rust on this vehicle, because it don't look pretty at the moment, does it? Anyway, that's for another day. So all that I've got left to say now, guys, is hit that like button, support this channel if you've enjoyed what you've seen. You can subscribe to VitalButt Solutions as well. That's by clicking on that subscription button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest videos related to my channel. So all that is left for me to now say is, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I shall look forward to seeing you on the next installment of Car Mechanic Simulator. Take care, guys, and as always, keep buzzing.